Hi and welcome to Peak Life. I'm Karen Myers. The police department is looking for a few good men and women, and here to talk about their recruitment program is Officer Dupre Foster. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Karen.
Now you're the police recruiter. Tell me a little bit about the department and your role.
Sure. So our department, primarily we are the primary law enforcement services for the city of Chesapeake. We have an authorized strength of 401 sworn officers in our city. So a lot of different things in our department to get involved in. My primary role is to go out there and find people who have the heart to want to serve and help other people. The people who align with our values, our core values of community service, integrity, professionalism, and respect. So it's been an interesting time. I love connecting with those who are interested in law enforcement. I've wanted to be a cop since I was 3 years old, to be a police officer since I was 3.
Wow.
And so it's so neat now to come up and be able to help other people who have the desire and passion to serve others.
That's so great to know, as young as you were, that's what you wanted to do, to be able to serve.
Yeah.
So why is diversity important when it comes to hiring police officers?
Great question, Karen. So diversity is super important. A lot of people think about it as just gender and race, but it's really diversity in life experience and who the person actually is. Diversity is so important because you bring a different perspective into the playing field as far as serving as a police officer. People are able to connect with the community better if we have diversity within the department. They're able to respond to calls and really be more empathetic and understanding of other people's needs. The thing about law enforcement most people don't get, Karen, is that we're just human beings, right?
Absolutely.
We're people, we all have different backgrounds and things like that. So bringing in people with diverse backgrounds to serve, whether it be, you don't have to have military experience or prior security experience. Any type of experience helps with pairing with, because we serve the general public, right? So any type of experience helps with that diversity connection. People are able to relate to us better and that sort of thing. Diversity is super important as far as across the board with getting people in, again, with just different unique perspectives and skills that come in.
So what is the benefit of choosing a career in public service?
The benefit. So there's a lot of benefits, right, obviously. I think one of the biggest things when I talk with people about law enforcement or just get into public service in general, is that it's the people who want to connect with the community, want to serve, they want to serve people. They feel like they were here to help other people out. Great question I always ask people. I say, well, why do you want to become a police officer? And they'll say, well, I like helping people. And I'll say, okay, well, like, what does that mean to you? Like, what is it personal to you, why you want to actually do it? But it's very rewarding as far as the team atmosphere. You get to work together with like-minded people who out and serve the community. There's so many things to get involved in other than patrol, right? You have patrol that you start out with. But there's so many things. There's community crime prevention, there's marine patrol, dive team, there's a motorcycle unit, there's all types of things to get involved in. The neatest thing, I think the greatest thing that I've realized from speaking with officers in the department is how they've grown professionally and personally by being a police officer. You get to see all arrays of life serving as a police officer. We respond to people's homes at the darkest moment in many cases. So it's so much where you can actually learn from just serving the community. So that rewarding benefit of that, obviously we have a retirement system that we're set up under, the Virginia retirement system. We have the Leo supplement once we retire and that sort of thing. But the benefit really is just that personal growth and really fulfilling that need to want to serve and connect with people in the community.
And our community is so diverse.
It is.
So I know we have, how many precincts do we have?
Great, yeah, so we have 5 precincts, but the 6th precinct is being built right now. It's under construction. So it's a growing city. Right at what, 245,000 population?
That sounds about right.
So we're growing. There's a lot of things involved in the city. I always tell people this, you could possibly be working in an area where you're moving a cow out of the road one day, or you could be working in another part of the city where you're dealing with different types of calls. So diversity, the 5 precincts we have, officers when they come into this department have a chance each year to put in a request to move and work in another precinct area if they choose to.
So a lot of officers get that opportunity to experience different parts of the city as well, in different areas.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's great. Now, how can community members assist with the police department's recruiting efforts?
So I have people ask me that from time to time. One of the easiest things I think, thinking about it, is that there are a lot of people out there who support and understand law enforcement and what we're doing to try to help the community. There are some people that I've talked with who said they want to be a police officer, but their family or friends are like, why do you want to do that? So I think if you know of someone who has a good heart and really wants to serve for the right reasons, encourage them to apply. Encourage them with what their decision is to actually make a difference and help the community. Share our information on social media and those types of things, and really just get to know officers in general. When you see officers out and about, like we're actually pretty friendly people. Like we have a job to do as far as enforcing laws and things like that. But there's a lot of other things we do besides to just that. So really just simply just sharing information and understanding that if you know someone that has a heart for serving, you know someone who might be
Right.
a good quality person, if you think you call a police officer and you can come up with a name that, hey, if that person responded to my house and they were a police officer, I know they would take care of me, then share the information with them that we're hiring.
Yeah, and I think too, like you guys do a lot of stuff in the community, whether it's Coffee with the Cop, so there's a lot of different opportunities that people can get to know that you are their
Yeah.
neighbors and their friends
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So
That's one of the hardest hurdles, Karen.
Right.
Like, so before I was a police officer, right, I was just a regular person, just like everyone else. We all start somewhere.
and you still are a regular person.
Right, you're right, yeah. And so it's interesting because before serving and not really knowing police officer personally, it was always that like, okay, they're a police officer, they're so like, we are role models
Right.
and that sort of thing. But once you get to know us, you'll realize that we have regular hobbies just like everyone else. We have families and things like that. So that's just the neat thing about it. I think a lot of people a lot of good people that want to do this discredit themselves because they
Right.
think they aren't good enough. And I say that to say is a lot of people will see us in maybe responding to a certain call or see us out in the public doing some pretty awesome things and think that they aren't to that
Right,
level.
right.
But a reminder, like we all start somewhere.
And if it starts with that need or desire to serve, that's probably the first step.
Yeah, and that's definitely, obviously, cops do exciting things, chase
Right.
cars and things like that, those thrill things you see in movies.
Right.
But the heart of it is really connecting and serving with people. So again, having people who actually want to serve the community and connect for the right reasons is so important. I was actually speaking with
Absolutely.
someone just recently, and she was talking about she wanted to become a homicide detective. And I dug a little deeper, and I always tell people, like, connect your passion of why you want to do this and express that to us when you're going through the process if you can, because it makes it stand out more to show that you really want to do this, like you have a passion for this.
And there's a need for all different areas, I'm sure, within the
Absolutely.
department.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. The need for the department, the neat thing people don't realize, we accept officers from other agencies as well. I actually transferred into this department in 2013 from a different agency. The neat thing about the department is that wherever your skill set is, whatever experience you bring to the table, there's most likely a place where we can put that to use, and where that skill can actually grow
Right.
within our department.
So what advice can you share with someone for obtaining a career in public service?
So a couple things with that. I look back over my journey of wanting to serve as a police officer and kind of connecting the dots of that. I think the biggest thing is really self-reflection, and connecting of why you really want to do this. It is a challenging career. It really
Yes.
is. You see a lot of negativity in life and society. There's also a lot of great positive things that we
Right.
get to see that other people don't get to experience as well. So I think the big part is really reflecting on yourself, the visualization of why you actually want to do this, and really working on communication skills and your confidence of dealing with people who are not like you and speaking with people who are not like you. A lot of our job is communicating.
Right.
It's super important to be physically fit and prepare that way as well. But a lot of our job, every single call we respond to, we're talking with people. And then we have to write reports. And then we have to testify in court. So getting that down, that communication skills part of it really helps out.
I'm sure it is.
People ask the question sometimes of preparing, like education, should I get a criminal justice degree or not? I got a bachelor's degree in criminology and criminal justice from Longwood, but I always tell people you don't have to go that route.
Right.
Other things are important, communication skills, psychology, sociology, journalism, right? Having good interview skills. Those types of things are pairs very well with law enforcement as well. So there's some things to think about.
And I imagine every day is different.
It is, yeah. Every day is different because we're dealing with people.
Right,
And people are so
absolutely.
unique.
Everybody is different.
Yes.
So how can someone connect with you to learn more about the program if
Yep.
they're interested?
Yeah, so they can check our website, chesapeakepolice.com. We also host virtual informational sessions, usually weekly. We'll host those online via Zoom. They can register on eventbrite.com. Also, they can call or text me. My full-time job is connecting with those who want to serve in law enforcement. If someone has a question about something, I want to help them out the best I can. But 757-647-8458 is my cell phone number. They can call or text me. And just reach out. If you have a question about law enforcement, about the career,
Right.
that's what we're here for.
And that's the best way. Just reach out and ask.
Yeah, reach out and ask.
All right, great. Thanks so much for coming on, Officer Foster. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Karen.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Well, that does it for this edition of Peak Life. We'll see you next time.